Good morning, cultists! Welcome to a brand new breakfast with CthuLoops. Here we are, about to finally start this delicious campaign. So I actually meant to do this sooner, but unfortunately when the DLC was released, so was a whole slew of bugs and other problems, which is why I held off until now. But we are finally ready. I mean, my body's not, but the game is, so let's do this. New campaign, and Eye of the Vortex.
I am Tyrion, heir of Anarion.
I hesitate to say that this is the last time we'll hear him say this, but, yeah, I mean, the last time I said that this will be the final campaign for our Warhammer playthrough, it turned out to not be, so... Hey, maybe if I say it again, they'll release another DLC, but who knows. In any case...
biggest, meanest gob ever!
Yes! Finally! We're about to do a greenskin campaign. I played as the greenskins a little bit before. Not much, though. I don't think I've actually finished a campaign before, so this will definitely be kind of a first. And I think they also revamped the entire faction, so I'm looking forward to that. In any case, before we begin, let me just go through the details of our faction as well as, well, race and faction, I guess. So we get the WAAAAGH stuff, which is, I believe, just an additional army that follows us around, right? Yeah. And we also get to use the Underway, which is the same as the Skaven, I believe. Extensive unit roster with aggressive infantry, fast cavalry, and monsters. Yes, I love monsters troops. So we are the Broken Axe tribe, or whatever. We have access to Grom's Cauldron. Not exactly sure what that means, but sure. And we're used to Temperate Islands. Great. And we are not on friendly terms with High Elves. Well, that's a no-go for me, guys. If I can't establish diplomatic relations with the High Elves, then what's the point of playing, right? But in any case, WAAAAGH has a chance to contain pump wagons. Sure, I don't know what pump wagons do. Snotling pump wagon. Unstoppable, armor-piercing, armor-sundering, expendable. What makes it all pumpy? Does it pump something out? Not exactly sure what the pump part is, but sure. And we also recruit goblins faster. And Lord effects, leadership +10 when fighting against elves. So I'm assuming that means both high elves and dark elves. And we also have physical resistance for goblins. Chariot and pump wagon reduction for upkeep. Great. And we have passive regeneration. And Grom's WAAAAGH, which replaces WAAAAGH. What exactly does that do? I guess we'll find out. So, difficulty hard for both? Sure, let's do this. I am excited.
The waystones that guard all elven souls grow faint. Ulthuan is weak, still reeling from a ferocious greenskin assault. It barely survived. The grim warden of Torivres has not rested since driving back the green invasion. Prince Eltharion must be prepared. There will come a day when the Goblin King returns. It is only a matter of time. For in the desolate Southlands, a war of unimaginable power brews. War boss Grom, most feared and most colossal of all goblins, has long craved a second chance to annihilate the Assa. That time is now. Ulthuan will drown beneath a green tide. There must come the WAAAAGH to end all wars. But Grom's horde will meet a wall of unstoppable Asur might. Eltharion will defend his homeland unto his dying breath. This is his vow. The Grim Prince and the Goblin King. Two souls sworn to vengeance upon each other.
Oh, so as this is the first episode of the series, it's going to be an hour long, but subsequent episodes will be 30 minutes each. If I can actually end fights on time, that is. It usually goes a little bit longer than 30 minutes with these episodes, I find. But that's my fault. It's the immense amount of jibber jabber that I constantly spew out of my mouth, of course, and other orifices of my body. Also, I always forget that Grom is a goblin.
The poach is back! Had a bit of time off, but enough rest and recuperation. Now, Grom is ready for some more fighting, looting, and most importantly, eating. Everyone thought I was done for after the punch-up with the pointy heads. So now, I gotta remind all the boys who's boss. First, I's gonna smash these runty spider goblins, beat them all into submission. Next, we'll crump through the dead things in the desert, see if we can pick up a few stragglers from the Badlands on the way. Then, we're good to war! But the big prize is on the Pointy Heads Island across the sea. Oh, I once had me a good rampage up there, with the crazy shaman old Blacktooth egging me on. He said we had to destroy everything, as if I wasn't gonna. And then we ended up at the gates of that shiny old city. Yeah, the loot was good, but the fighting was better. We had us a right good scrap. Then Blacktooth went and lost his head, and all the boys packed it in the gates. That grim old pointy head thinks he's won, but it's time to show him Grom is still the best!
Wait, was our nemesis not the high elf dude with all the dragons? What's his name again? Ermenthal? Emmenthal? I forget. But I guess our nemesis is not the dragon high elf guy. Cause I don't remember anyone mentioning Eltharion or whatever his name is. Yvres, which is the, I guess, newly buffed minor faction of the High Elves or whatever. So I think I heard someone say that Grom's backstory is that he's a goblin who ate a troll, and because trolls regenerate and, you know, are nigh immortal or whatever, it just kept growing in his belly. I'm not entirely sure if that's the actual backstory or not, but I should do some investigation, because I love backstory and lore and stuff. In any case, how they play Broken Axe, Grom's Cauldron. Grom's insatiable appetite for culinary delights is legendary. Strange and exotic ingredients can be collected for his cauldron by completing certain actions throughout your campaign, such as winning battles, sacking settlements, exploring the seas, or purchasing them from the food merchant. Combining ingredients in Grom's Cauldron can result in powerful recipes with a variety of benefits for the tribe that will last for a number of turns. And our WAAAAGH is an unstoppable force that can be unleashed upon once your faction gains sufficient reputation through winning battles and raising settlements. Once a call to WAAAAGH is targeted against an enemy, additional mobs will flock to your armies for a period of time as your lord's WAAAAGH battle abilities are temporarily boosted. Raising the enemy capital within the allotted time or occupying it when the WAAAAGH ends will grant a trophy and rewards in addition to building momentum towards the next call to WAAAAGH. Oh, so I guess they changed up the WAAAAGH mechanics. Interesting. Scrap. Greenskins know not to waste good battle salvage, actively gathering any bits of scrap they find after battles or raising settlements. Scrap can be used to upgrade and improve the boys' armaments, research technologies, or fuel Grom's Cauldron. And the Underway, which is, I'm assuming, works the same way as the Underway for the other factions or races that use it. Greenskins can sneak through the Underway to travel beneath otherwise impassable terrain. Doing so is not without risk, however, as Greenskin armies can be intercepted by armies above and brought to battle, even by races that cannot use the Underway themselves. I see. Alright, great. Sure.
First things first. I got to let those arachnos kits know the Goblin King's here. Rah, no better way than to take the stragglers' strongholds. If they've got a problem with it, I'll just have to make giblets out of them.
Ooh, I do love giblets. Giblets all over me, giblets in my face, giblets in my mouth. Oh, so good. We're of course talking about the meaty chunks, right? Yeah, I love that thick meat in my mouth. Anyways, Oi,
oi! Time to throw your considerable weight around, your immensity. Biff that zogging tribe right out of their homes. Show them gets who's boss, yeah? Let the whole world know Grom the punch his back.
Oh, sorry, that's Niblet. Our, sorry, not Dwarven. Our, goblin, advisor dude. I guess he's supposed to have a more, shrill voice, maybe. I don't know. Great, so we have to capture a settlement belonging to the Arachnos faction. Sure. Anything else? Any unique faction mechanics that you want to, tell me? Call to WAAAAGH! All greenskins want to fight for the most successful tribe. Once you have earned enough reputation, you can issue a call to WAAAAGH and target any visible faction. Your armies will then be joined by extra mobs that will help your WAAAAGH raise or occupy the target's capital in return for a trophy and rewards. Oh, so it's... you target the faction, and then you get rewards if you capture their capital? Okay. Starving Gobbo? No dish active. We currently have no active dish. Cook a recipe by throwing any ingredients into Grom's cauldron to extract and activate their effects. Specific combination of his ingredients can result in special recipes that provide bonus effects. Starving Gobbo. Grom is hungry. He needs to sample some recipes to begin expanding his portly waistline. Grom's recipes. Grom must collect ingredients in order to cook and eat recipes that will gradually increase his size and strength. Grom will only be strong enough to face Eltharion in the final siege of Tor Yvresse once enough recipes have been consumed. Oh, okay. So I guess that's part of our mission then, or our Vortex victory. So we need to destroy Yvresse, complete the Blacktooth's Revenge questline, and then we win the final battle. Okay, cool. Sounds good to me. Anything that's, you know, not the same as the stupid, what's it, laser shit to the elven butthole is good for me, sure. And, oh, Grom's Cauldron.
You are
Whoa.
an insatiable eater, mighty lord, and your minions are no different. Collecting ingredients and throwing them in your special cauldron can imbue you and the tribe with nutritious rewards, with more exotic recipes bestowing even greater powers.
Wow, weewa. Holy crap, I love these, what's it, faction or race specific, mechanics and stuff. Grom the Paunch is known for having the biggest appetite of all goblin kind. His special cauldron enables him to combine ingredients into recipes that not only satisfy his constant need to eat, but also imbue him and the rest of the Broken Axe tribe with a myriad of powerful campaign and battle effects. Really? Alright, well I gotta investigate that. So those are the collected ingredients and cooked recipes. So are we supposed to just experiment with shit until we find something new? Lion meat, gamey but tasty, only find fresher on Pointy Edge Islands. Win a battle against an army containing any kind of lions, lion chariots, or lion hybrid creatures, includes mounts. We have troll meat. Is this expendable or...
Oh!
He sounds so excited.
Oh, I want that! I want that my food!
Great. Can I do a double helping of troll meat? I guess not. Available scrap to use as fuel for cooking. So is that 0 out of 3 or do we have 30 scrap? I'm assuming it means that we have 30 scrap. Open recipe book. Whoa! Interesting. Alright, so maybe we do need to tinker with stuff. But I'm assuming we can't cook shit because we don't have enough resources. So if we cook troll meat, Regeneration for Goblin and Night Goblin Infantry, all armies. Interesting. Ooh, I need to read through these things in between episodes. Alright, well, in any case, I guess we'll get into our first Royal Rumble. Da Fishy. I thought initially this read Titty Muncher. You know what? I think we need to rename you. Title Muncher? No. You are the Titty Muncher. The Fishy Titty Muncher. Giant River Troll Hag, which I believe is a new hero. Listening with putrid swamp gunk, troll hags sate their voracious appetites with anything and everything they can get their slimy hands on. Oh, so therefore the replenishment of troops and whatnot. Gotcha. So I guess they want me to siege down Mount Arachnos right off the bat, right? Gotcha. So we don't have any horde mechanics, right? Oh. Is that active? Augment the area. Restores up to 432 hit points and gives us buffs and shit, sure. And what kind of stuff do you have? I see, kind of. Alright, well, it seems that Grom here does not get a special mount. I mean, it seems like he's on a chariot. Right, so I guess that's his mount. He starts off 1-1. Can he not walk by himself? Is he too big to walk by himself? Or maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he doesn't want to lose his weight. Alright, so I'm guessing we should probably go with this line first. Physical resistance. Yeah. Alright, let's try this out. Titty Muncher? Wow. You are aggressive. I like you. Let's have you replenish troops, or you can also steal technology. No, let's just have you, yeah, join Grom here. Either that, or we go investigate the Springs of Eternal Life. I'm assuming they're not too tough to take down, right? No, 3 units of goblins and orc boys. Should be fine, I guess. But you know what? I would like to level you up, so go for it, and let's attack the Mount Arachnos. Of course, we gotta start off the first episode with a Royal Rumble, of course. And we also get to see what the pump wagons are all about.
Another day, another trial.
Well, don't count your gross chicken things until they've hatched inside of your stomach, because I'm assuming you eat fertilized raw eggs and shit. I mean, I know people do eat cooked fertilized eggs and stuff. But I'm assuming these guys just eat them raw. Alright, great. So let me take a look at you guys before we do anything. Do we have any spells? We don't really have much magic though, do we? No. Alright, so let's not worry about the winds of magic and start the deployment, and also get a close look at these dudes. Alright, Grom. You are... Oh, shit. Don't know what happened there. I guess the game thought it was too disgusting to look at, so they just put me away from him. Nice. He just has a little goblin guy to feed him drumsticks constantly? That's hilarious. Wow, look at that belly. I've actually seen that on a person before. I'm not fat shaming or anything like that, just seems a little unhealthy for him, but you know what? I mean, he seems happy enough, so whatever. I can't really blame him for that. And Titty Muncher is carrying a sack of fish and what appears to be an octopus. How dare you? How dare you, you sexy beast? Wow, wow, wee, wow. Hello, nurse. I don't know whose boobies are bigger, hers or Grom's. I think Grom wins for sure. And then we have these pump wagons. Oh, don't worry, I don't do this for every single unit. I just do it for the units that I've never seen before. So what exactly is their deal? The murderous simplicity of the rollers with lots of spikes make them a familiar sight in many greenskin WAAAAGH. So is it just like a death chariot? Like they used to roll with in, you know, the hippodrome races in Rome or Mad Max or something? Stone trolls are also new, I think. Interesting. Armor piercing, scaly skin, regeneration, and poor leadership. Right, and they're different from river trolls. Slimy shanks? What the fuck is a slimy shank? Whoa! Sexy! River trolls gain benefit from when fighting in their natural watery habitat, and the wretched smell of river detritus that surrounds them weakens nearby enemies. Okay, I see. So it's like a debuff around them. Ah, I see. So do they actually fight better in the water? Interesting. Alright, well, I don't think we're up against anything too dangerous, so let's just go with whatever here. And I'll just put the 2 trolls in one team. You know what? Go for it. Sure. Alright, so we're up against goblins with spears, 3 goblin units with spears, and 2 orc boys. So you're good against anti-infantry. Why don't you go for the orc boy? The singular orc boy. And Titty Mancha, you can go for... Oh, you got Spirit Leech. Well, they don't have any lords or anything like that, so... Let's try Swamp Breath. Sure. And little Gobbos, you can go for... Should we let them approach us? Well, they don't have any range units, so I think so, actually. Yeah, how about you hold off a little bit there, guys? Don't get too excited. And we'll let them come to us. There we go. Alright, speed things up a little bit. Oh, he's actually... No, he's not as big as I thought he would be. I mean, he's gigantic for a fucking goblin. He's like 5 of their sizes, but otherwise not so much. So, I guess these guys are just chariots then. Expendable chariots. Unstoppable. The unit has an improved effectiveness at knocking back enemy units upon collision. I see. So I guess they can pile drive through dudes a little bit easier. Gotcha. Did this guy just fucking whine at me when I clicked on him? Alright, when I click on you, the only acceptable response is yes sir or prostagma. Not wee. What are you, a fucking baby? Well, I guess they're kind of green skin baby things. Ish. Yeah, I don't know what I expected with that. I knew I shouldn't expected much with the whatchamacallit, goblin arrows and such. Although they do seem to be doing a decent amount of damage-ish. River trolls, why don't you go for the orc boys? And stone trolls, why don't you go for the orc boys there? And goblins, you guys will just I guess just sure hang back and punch these dudes in the face. Alright, Grom, time to get stuck in, boy. And let's have you do some swamp breath. Fantastic. Holy shit, nice. Exploding his little dudes left, right, and center. What? Who's farting in the middle of combat? Wait, is that the snot dudes or the pump dudes? Is that what they're pumping? Gas? Interesting. And they're already running away. Fantastic. Alright, Grom, why don't you go after these guys who are not escaping right now, and you guys can continue following those dudes. And of course, Titty Mancha did nothing. Why don't you fix that, Titty Mancha, by vomiting on these dudes? Or doing the wrong spell. Oops, my bad. Please vomit. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh. That's not the vomiting I was expecting. Not as impressive, but sure. Why don't you chase them down? So, who caused the most casualties in this fight? So far, it does look like Grom, followed by the trolls, and then the fart machines, I guess. So, how fast are these guys? 60. Okay, so double the speed of the orc boys. Gotcha. And Grom is at a whopping 84. Holy crap. Alright, well, this isn't a fight against a stack of dudes, so sure, let's just move on. And we lost 16 dudes. No funeral will be held for those 16 dudes. We will host a feast, though. Feast of their bodies. And of course of the bodies of the of Snorko Mudra. Sure. Fantastic. So if we raise it, we get scraps. Greenskins are not above pilfering used weapons and other junk from the battlefield and do so indiscriminately. Any scrap you gain in the aftermath of your warmongering can be put towards improving the tribe's war capabilities, such as unit equipment, upgrades, and technologies. Oh, okay.
Smash it up, boys.
Well, let's sack this shit.
Chop 'em up.
And then, ooh, armor of fortune
You
immediately.
have obtained
Nice.
some scrap, my
I
lord.
have.
The spoils of war are not just the looted wealth of defeated foes, but also scrap materials from their weapons and armor, which can be repurposed to equip your own troops.
Right.
It's a win-win, boys.
I
Those
mean,
that serve your cause gain experience over
yes,
time.
thank you. I know that.
The Goblin King never loses.
Alright, I'm gonna do his voice. Your path of violence and destruction has begun, mighty lord. Obviously I'm doing a spot-on impression of Michael Caine, so, cause clearly he is obviously Michael Caine. Your path of violence and destruction has begun, mighty lord. Your reputation growing with every victim and settlement that falls before you. Continue warmongering and you will eventually gain momentum enough to make a call to the war. Gotcha. Thank you, Michael Caine. And you're welcome for that spot-on impression of Michael Caine, by the way. Let's level you up. Route March, obviously, and Technology. Go faster, increases my campaign movement range. Go bigger, which increases my growth. Or Gobby Gobbos. Leadership, missile strength, upkeep reduction, and melee attack for goblin units. I think campaign movement range is probably one of the most important ones. Oh, I see. So instead of costing us money, it costs us scrap. I see. Well, thankfully, it seemed that we can actually gain some even by sacking places.
Meet loots and glory.
Oh! Oh, I see. So reputation isn't just for WAAAAGH stuff, but it actually gives us benefits for our
Immortal
faction. Interesting.
Whoa!
Any resources at Karag Orud? I'm assuming not. Well, I don't know if it costs us extra to recruit, orcs instead of goblins, but sure. Yeah, let's not invest in this stuff right now. No, so this will give us money. This will give us growth and casualty replenishment. This will give us obedience, which is public order. And we can also unlock Goblin Big Boss and whatnot. I see. Alright, well, let's build the... maybe I won't build this right now. No, if I can't build the top tier thing, I generally avoid building it in the first place. So eventually this will have to go. But maybe we want to pump out some more snotling wagons and whatnot. Then I'd say we might want to go with growth. Yeah. And let's capture Mount Arachnos, please. Occupy. Thank you. Fantastic.
These stupid gits still don't get it. I's the biggest round here. Ain't no one fit to rule these lands but me. If their boss don't bow to the Goblin King, I'll just do what I always do and squash him.
By, I'm assuming, sitting on top of him, yes?
Call that an empire. Wait, don't eat me yet, boss. All I just saying is that if you want the boys to do whatever you says, think about taking more of what's around yours here first.
Right, so we need to maintain control over one province. Which, of course, means that we need to go to war with Karag Zorn, which I'm not really looking forward to, considering how much stronger dwarves usually are in comparison to the greenskin. But sure. And what is this unique building? Lair of the Broodmother, dormant. Oh, in the dark, a giant skittering figure lurks where the forest goblins often throw themselves in the mad search for the spider mounts. Interesting. So we get spider hatchlings, which have poison attacks and are expendable. And then this upgrades the hatchlings, and then same thing. Alright, otherwise, squig nests. Interesting. Alright, well, let's build the Lair of the Broodmother. Because, if there's one thing that, you know, gets me all hot and bothered, it's definitely Shelob. for sure. And let's have you improve this this please, because I don't think we'll be fighting very tough lords and whatnot just yet. Alright, can we recruit some dudes before we end the turn? I'd say let's get some more snotling pump wagons and maybe a couple more archer goblins. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Now, any diplomacy to be had with
You speak?
we start off with a
Very
non-aggression
nice.
pact with the Pirates of
For now.
Sartosa. Okay, and you're at war with Toryavres. Good. Alright, why don't you keep them occupied, and I'll make sure that they don't invade Araby. Which is, well, it's kind of unfortunate that we start in Araby again, considering that our previous campaign is, Deathmaster Snitch was also in Araby, but I guess we're heading towards the Elven Butthole, which is Ulthuan. Oh, so this is the Blacktooth's revenge quest line. Grom had been guilty of resting on his laurels in the past, especially when the spoils of war and the ensuing victory banquets were particularly good. If it had not been for the sinister encouragement of his power-crazed shaman, Old Blacktooth, Grom's ambitions may not have always been backed up by his actions, and he certainly wouldn't have gotten off his corpulent rump to lead Broken Axe's first invasion of Yvres. Unfortunately, Blacktooth eventually had his head lopped off by that pointy-headed git Eltharion, but before that, he absorbed copious amounts of power from destroyed waystones, so much power in fact, that it made him rather difficult to actually be killed, even after having his head severed from his body. Before Grom had been given up on rallying his fleeing troops from Toryavres, he spotted his shaman's head on the ground, shrieking angry obscenities at him, so he put him in a jar before fleeing him. Since that day, Blacktooth's head mostly sputtered unintelligible nonsense, being devoid of a body that can do anything to an orc. Recently, however, he started saying that things that grabbed Grom's attention, claiming that he knew how to get the WAAAAGH going again. The first thing he suggested Grom do, however, is to throw a feast and motivate the lads. Never turning down an excuse for a banquet, Grom bellows to them to grab some scrap to get the cauldron firing, and now. Oh, so we get his head in a jar as an item? Summons a rogue idol. Summon units degrade over time. Interesting. So he's basically a head in a jar from Futurama. Fantastic. So we need at least 50 scrap. Gotcha. And we also need to get a Call to Walk trophy. Grom's banner carrier, Niblet, seems out of sorts. His once vigorous waving has become tired and oh, maybe that's the guy who gives us the chicken drumsticks. Tired and listless, failing to inspire the boys as it once did. If it were any other goblin, they would find themselves crushed beneath Grom's rump as punishment, but Niblet had notably survived such an ordeal before and has Grom's favor as a result. Grom decides instead to look for a way to restore Niblet's enthusiasm. There's one thing that will raise these spirits of any greenskin. A WAAAAGH! Gotcha, so we get a lucky banner from this. Whoa, ward save 10%, nice! Alright, well, we need to destroy Arachnos. Well, thankfully, they only have the one settlement left, so...
Those kids still don't respect your proper boss. Only one thing for it. Stomp the old Zoggin tribe. Show them there's a reason there's only one Goblin King. Grom forever.
Fantastic. Alright, well, okay, so we don't take any attrition along the way. Gotcha. Let me just park myself here. And looks like they're building some army of their own, which is not great. Oh, it's different. Oh, I see. So one has spiky wheels and the other does not. Interesting. Alright, well, I think we'll go for another snot wagon. More thing of goblins? I guess? Or should we go with goblin archers? You know what, let's just go for more of the front line. Yeah, and then we can use the trolls and whatnot to do a little hammer and anvil action. Unless... No, you know what? We'll get another thing about archers. Yeah, we'll have even number of frontline and archer dudes. Sure. Carreg Ord. Should we upgrade this right now? I guess.
Squish these
Yeah,
goodies.
because we do need to get these up to the top level. Unfortunately, we're not really made of money, so that's gonna be a problem. And I think orcs love raiding and shit, right?
We'll stop this tribe easy.
But the only way we can raid is to set up a raiding camp. When raiding an own region, it reduces income from all buildings. Wow. Alright, gotcha. Huh. So what, even doing regular recruitment? Oh wait, no. No, I'm doing that right now, never mind. Never mind, sorry. Stupid question as it turns out. Alright, well, since we can't reach the Lost Plateau anyways, I guess we might as well wait and go tussle with this guy next turn, or he's going to attack us. In fact. Why not? I was hoping that we could get spider hatchlings of our own, but I guess not. Alright, go for it. Now it does seem the AI seems to think, oh, whoa, look at this choke point situation. Fantastic. If there's one thing I've gained from my Pathfinder Kingmaker playthrough, it's my love of choke points. Not choking, but choke points. Although, you never know until you try, right? Not to knock anyone's, I mean, I guess it's not really knocking anyone's fetish though, is it? Alright, well, I'd say let's just park our asses here. Unless we want to choke point them up a little bit more. No, I think we're okay. Yeah. Just go for it, sure. We'll let them approach, because they're attacking us. Alright, sirs. Oh, shit. They have orc arrow boys who have more range than our goblin archers. Dang nabbit. Alright, maybe we get Grom to, attack the... Oh, do they only have the one stack of orc arrow boys? I thought they had more, but I guess not. Alright, spear boys, let's have you guys go in front of the archers. Yeah, not too far ahead though. No. I think that'll be decent, yeah. And then we'll get the, well, the trolls can't really hide, can they? Spider hatchlings. Poison attacks and expendable. Thankfully, there's only 60. And not nearly as much HP. So I guess they're basically just cannon fodder, essentially, that can do a little bit of damage. Not sure how much damage in comparison to the other dudes, though. Melee attack's not crazy, and their weapon strength isn't crazy either. So it seems like they're kind of comparable to regular goblins, but with poison attacks. And also less HP. Alright, sure. Grom, I'm not sure how well you can withstand attacks, but let's have you go for it, sure. Since these orc arrow boys are most definitely gonna be a problem for sure. Alright, Grom, if you wanna earn your food, you gotta, I guess go earn your food, if that makes no sense. But go for it. Yeah! That's right, explode some assholes. Fantastic. He's already killed 12 dudes. Nice. Very nice. His leadership is starting to wane a little bit though, which isn't great, I'm not gonna lie. We might need to pull him out of there, actually. Not enough points in the WAAAAGH bar. Oh. Oh. Hold on. WAAAAGH points are generated for each entity engaged in melee. When enough points are generated, the bar will fill up and the WAAAAGH ability will finally become available for use. The more friendly units in the battle, the more points are required to fill the bar. Each use of the ability also increases the number of points required. Oh, so can I do it like over and over again? Oh no, so let's get you the fuck out of there, dude. I bitterly regret doing this. Well, we're not really meant to be going up against these guys, but I guess, sure. And let's have you spit some goopy goop on them, please. Alright, goblins, encapsulate and attack. Although we might need to get Grom the fuck out of there. Dude, back off, man. There you go. Now he's joined the other team. Fantastic. Well, it kind of seemed like it in any case. Alright, there we go. So, do we get more points for more people killed, or is it not like the High Elf suffering thing, or whatever it's called? Alright, miss. Well, thankfully we actually do have a lord that you can use this on, so go for it. And nice. Whoa, fantastic. Oh, they also have goblin archers, it turns out. Alright, let's do the Grom's WAAAAGH. Nice. Oh, I see. That's what all that glittering stuff was. So I've been playing off camera. I've been playing a little bit of what's it? The Bretonnian campaign as what's her face? Rapongs. And I have encountered some of the what's it? Greenskins fairly early on, and I noticed that they were having these green shimmer things as I was slaughtering them. So I guess that's what it is. They've activated their WAAAAGH thing. Gotcha. All right, Grom, can you chase down these dudes so that they don't turn around and you know, re-engage us in combat? And let's have you try to kill off their lord, if that's at all possible. What are you good for? Besides being a spellcaster, that is. Why don't you go flash your massive troll titties at the orc, and then maybe he'll vomit all over the place, and then while he's vomiting, we'll chop his head off? Clearly a proven strategy that works. Obviously, because who wants to see troll titties, right? I mean, oh shit, I completely forgot to use my river trolls. You'll see this happen a lot if you're new to this channel, or if you need to watching me play any of the Total War stuff. Yeah, I often forget that I have certain units, and they just sit around doing nothing. But I guess that's kind of par for the course, since that's usually how I play most games anyways. I just focus on the visuals and completely lose track of everything that's happening around me. Alright, Grom, let's have you push through to the orc arrow boys in the back. And our stone trolls are coming back, I guess. Sure? I didn't realize that they moved that far away from their team. And, alright, this guy's almost dead. Do not let him escape. Kill him. Kill him. Do not let him go. And the rest of you guys can chase these dudes down. Sure. Yeah, let's see if we can kill off the river trolls at the very least, because then we don't need to worry about them returning. Only wounded? Oh, really? After all that, only wounded? It's embarrassing. I was expecting a lot more from you guys, but apparently that was not to be... well, let's actually go for the arrow boys. If we can destroy their range units, then at least we don't need to worry about them in the future, right? And same thing with you guys. And you guys are following the... yeah, why don't you go for the goblins here? And since this isn't a siege fight, we actually do need to whittle down their numbers as much as humanly or orcishly possible. Sure. And how's this going? Could be a little bit faster. Grom, I'm not lying. You're not doing terribly. It's just I don't see you earning a decent feast after this, is all I'm saying. It's not to imply that you won't be taking a trip to Flavortown anytime soon, but, you know, could be a little bit better to earn your delicious meal, as it were. Because I don't know about you, but when I was a kid growing up, I often needed to slaughter an entire army of a greenskin before I was allowed to eat. Not to imply that there was any child abuse in my family, but, you know. Fantastic. And we lost 122. Not bad. I thought I'd be incurring a lot more casualties as the greenskin, but I guess since we have Grom, who seems to have caused the most casualties out of anyone, and followed by the snotling pump wagons.
Bit scrawny, but they'll do.
I thought we get scrap from... Or maybe we get scrap just from winning the fight.
There's good eating on them.
Is there something I need to do specifically to get scrap or not? Let's just eat them, sure. Why not? Alright, that was a welcome surprise, not gonna lie. Alright, so that's the first part of Blacktooth's revenge done, I guess. War boss defeated. The leader of the Arachnos tribe has been defeated. The Greenskins tribe hierarchy is brutal, but simple. bash in enough heads and take enough loot, sooner or later you're going to get some mobs and become a war boss. Beat up another war boss in battle, his mobs will become yours too. Oh! Since loyalty is a concept that neither orcs nor goblins really care for. I see, so it's basically like the Norse guns. Every time they beat off one another, they just absorb the other person inside of them. Or something to that effect. Be aware that subjugating another war boss and his tribe also means taking over their territory, leading to a larger empire to oversee. Perhaps just keep things simple and bash in his head over head too. Okay, so we could confederate them, or we can loot their place and potentially get some more scrap and money. Interesting. What's better? Do we confederate or do we execute? Since they only have one location left, I'd say let's just kill him and we'll take over the rest of it. Sure. Execute him.
You have uncovered a new cooking ingredient, my lord.
Oh.
Extract its benefits by tossing it into the cauldron, or combine it with other ingredients to create more potent recipes.
Thank you, Michael Caine. I mean, thank you, Master Wayne. Master Wayne. Yes, sorry, that's how he talks, of course. He only says the words Master Wayne all the time. Use Grom's cauldron to cook a recipe. And also, I'm not sure if confederating the other orc tribes that way incurs the Confederation malice, so yeah. Grom's minions collected enough scrap to set Misty Mountain on fire. As the cauldron bubbled away, Niblet, eager to get the banquet started, scurried off to return with a hefty amount of rather strange foodstuff of unfathomable origin, although Blacktooth's had assured everyone that it was actually edible. Gotcha. New ingredient. Ooh. Sure. And we have Blacktooth's head in jar. Fantastic. Blacktooth's conjuration. Is that already equipped on Grom?
From the porch!
It is not? Question mark? Wait. Is it not a retinue thing? I guess not? Alright, I might have profoundly misunderstood that thing. Let's get some more money from looting settlements. Yeah, because I don't know how much raiding I'll actually do. No, wait. Sacking or looting? Oh, shit. Fuck, which one's which? It's loot and occupy, right? Versus sack. Alright, I think we want to do sacking stuff more than looting. You know what? We'll go with Ravager, sure. If it turns out I've got the wrong one, then I'll just restart or respec. And yeah, I have some mods, and I'll be sure to add the mods that I'm using for this campaign in the description, as well as provide links for them in case you want to get some of the mods for yourself. Alright, so Horde Mass increases your health and leadership. Yeah, I don't think we'll be using you as a hero outside of our team very much. Probably not. What? Oh. So Blacktooth doesn't... Oh, it's because he's not a wizard. He just has massive man-tits. Right. I see. I guess we'll just leave it on her for now so that someone's using it, and we'll figure out how exactly it works and to whom we should grant it later on. Alright, let's take the Lost Plateau and finish off the Arachnos. Sure. This fight might be a little tougher, but let's go for it. Now, we could have just resolved that automatically, but I do like Royal Rumbles and whatnot. So, what? Their lord just permanently dead, I guess? Well, it's not a legendary lord, so it's nothing to write home about, but sure. Alright, let's do this. You'll bite me! Don't threaten me with a good time, sir. Alright, WAAAAGH, the front. Let's put the arch in the front, followed by the spearmen right behind. And of course, we'll set the trolls on either side. As is my usual MO when it comes to deployment and such. Yeah, you guys though... I guess since they are expendable, maybe we should use them to soften up the enemy. Yeah, I do get the feeling that that's how we're supposed to use them. Now, we could be on higher ground. Let's not disappoint Obi-Wan Kenobi, so let's just take this ever so slightly higher ground, which is turns out it's actually slightly lower ground than where we were standing, but you know, it's higher ground than that area. Yeah, it's not much of a higher ground, but you know, it's something, which is of course what Obi-Wan used to do defeat Anakin. Barely higher ground. I don't know what the fuck Obi-Wan is smoking, but sure. Maybe it's the fumes of that planet that got to him. Could very well be the case. Who's blowing those horns? I'd like you to blow something else. No, I don't want to blow something. And how come these river trolls look different from mine? How come they're all purpley and shit? I want purpley river trolls. Oh no, they get their own high ground-ish. Kind of, not really. Alright, well, Grom. I'm a little worried about sicking you on these dudes, but maybe we can do a back and forth? Alright, so they're sending their spider hatchling first. Sure, makes sense. Do we need to brace for impact? Possibly against the river trolls, but other than that, I think we're fine. Alright, Grom's just getting right in it. Why not? And let's have you do that, and then vomit on these dudes. Sure. Oh, look at that. It's actually damaging them a decent amount? Question mark? Maybe? Not entirely sure. And, well, you know what? Just go for the charge bonus a little bit, sure. And the rest of you guys can start heading out. Thankfully, the trolls were distracted by the sexiest river troll that they've ever seen. Yeah, look at them. Just lining up to get inside of her belly, that is. In the most sexual of ways. Fantastic. Alright, snot wagons. Let's have you guys go for the other dudes here. Why don't you go for the spider hatchlings there? And you guys can fire upon the goblin archers. You guys can fire upon those dudes. And why don't you guys get stuck in with the orc boys? Sure. Alright, so goblins there almost dead. Fantastic. Snot wagons. Time to do a bit of hammer and anvil stuff. And also go against these guys. And this... Can you maybe... Where's their lord? There he is. Scragga. Scragga must die. Alright, if you're not getting stuck in, you're doing something wrong. Alright, you're not getting stuck in. How dare you, sir? And Grom is taking a lot of damage, it turns out. Oops, my bad. I completely forgot about his existence, as it turns out. River trolls, and Grom is running away. Fantastic. Oopsie. See, I told you these things would happen. I was not kidding about my incompetence. Alright, well, in any case, these guys are coming back. Maybe we want to back up a little bit and let them approach us instead. Yeah, because they're still spearmen, even though I'm pretty sure we can take them out fairly easily. Alright, go for those dudes and wagons, try to back out a little bit. I don't mind the river trolls and other trolls being stuck in combat, but probably not the best idea to keep the wagons in melee combat for too long. Yes. And since these dudes have their back towards us, fire into them. Fantastic. Grom, I think it's time to head out and get some more resources, as in food. Go for it. I keep forgetting what color we are, so I'm like, wait, am I green? Am I losing? No, I'm not green, I'm not losing. I'm actually winning and doing a decent job of it. Well, maybe not a decent job, but a job of it. I mean, Grom, of course, begs to differ, considering that he's almost dead, but sure. Alright, he's running away, which I don't think is really a problem. Because this is a siege fight after all, even though it's not really a siege. You know what? Let's just end the battle here. Thank you. Fantastic, we lost 84 dudes. Wow. Interesting. I mean, obviously the enemy army composition isn't anything to really write home about, but still, I do feel like we're not incurring as many casualties as I expected, for sure.
Grom,
Okay,
what's it
well, we're only gonna make
Smash it up,
300 more
boys.
buckaroni, so I
Ram
guess
it
we might as well
in
loot and
great,
occupy,
boys.
because I don't think we have enough movement to be able to loot and occupy,
Lovely,
sack and
lovely
occupy at the same
loot.
time. Sure,
Gonna throw
why
you
not?
all.
Scragga is dead and the Arachnos have been destroyed. Fantastic. I am hoping that I made the right choice by attacking them instead of confederating with them, but I figured that attacking them would actually give us more scrap and also WAAAAGH and experience points. I could be wrong though, because when I played as the greenskins before, did it work the same way? It's been a very long time. I think with you though, miss, we might want to focus on your magic stuff instead. I don't know how viable she is as a melee character. Whoa. She's got some armor piercing. Interesting. She might be decent, actually. Alright, well, in any case, Lost Plateau. Let's repair that shit. And we need to... We're not making much money, are we? No, I assume that as the greenskins, we need to loot and pillage to be able to maintain our economy. Although I think this probably does help a little bit. Do we go for more growth or money? I think for now we might need to go with more money.
Worship
And we can now hire some spiderlings. Sure, why not? We'll use them as cannon fodder, I think. And maybe some more arrow goblins, because I gotta say, they're kind of working out for me here. In the most sexual of ways. And we can get some... Well, we can't get it now, but... Oh, also, what the hell did we unlock in terms of our recipe stuff? Green spores. How did I get green spores? Maybe I should read these. I want to read these off camera, so don't just waste your time. But maybe I'll... You know what? Let's try making this. Sure. Get some troll meat and green spores.
Shroom and awful sausage.
And when they say awful, they're not talking about the guts and whatnot. No, this is a misspelling of the word awful, as in terrible. Ability, bangers, and smash. Nice. Charge bonus increase for Grom. Passive ability. Okay, so we get all the ingredients as well as the actual recipe thing itself. And it actually tells me what recipe we can make with these things, I guess. Alright, well, let's start cooking then. Sure.
Yum. Get in Grom's gut.
You have
Ah.
successfully cooked your first recipe. The benefits of its unique combination of ingredients will wear off once the cauldron is depleted. But a new recipe can be prepared at any time to replace the current effects.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So you can't like just stack bonuses one on top of each other. You can only have one food effect in effect for at a time. Oh, so yeah, okay. So we can in fact experiment and shit, and it'll actually tell us whether what we've got is an actual recipe or not. Okay, so the sum is greater than the whole is greater than the equal of the sum of its parts or whatever. I see. Cool. Very cool. Interact with the food merchant. As Grom and the tribe stuffed their faces around the banquet fire, Blacktooth's head started blubbering once again, excitedly exclaiming his great plan to get the horde together and go back to Tori Rest. It was obvious that the bitter shaman was after some long overdue revenge on the warden himself, and the glint of the elven general's sword being the last thing the shaman saw before his untimely decapitation. Grom was too distracted to think about the crazy shaman's personal vendetta, since he had his own motivations to return to the pointy-edged glittering city. He long dreamt of sailing back there to have another good scrap, but this time claiming the metropolis as his greatest prize, and of course, holding the banquet to end all banquets in his own triumphant honor. Before Grom could shove a bit more of the cooked carrion into his massive gob, Blacktooth's head drew his attention to a food merchant who had shown up nearby in the lumbering form of a troll hag. Grom couldn't immediately figure out how, but the shaman suggested that perhaps the troll hag could help him, or help them. In any event, Grom was always enticed by the possibility of sinking his teeth into new exotic things the food merchant might sell him. Okay. So where is the food merchant icon? Is it in this maybe? Food merchant? Hello? Nope. Where is food merchant man? There? Is it
The Goblin King!
Titty Muncha? Is Titty Muncha our food merchant? I'm assuming not. Is it in the... Nope, it's not in our thing there. Is it in diplomacy? No. That doesn't appear to be it either. Events? Or maybe it becomes available later? Huh. Alright, well, I have no idea how to meet the, food merchant. But maybe we'll find out soon. Or something. Is a food merchant standing next to us? Not that I can tell. Alright, maybe I'll do some research into that. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we'll just look into that some other time. Actually, I think now's a good time to end the episode, our first episode. But as this is the first episode of the series, I'm just gonna say this, well, I say this twice, and I say this every single time, but... I say this only during the first episode and the last episode, so bear with me. If you enjoyed what you've seen so far, and you're excited to see more of Grom's campaign and his road to his journey to Flavortown and etc., then I would appreciate you leaving a like on the video. Let me know what you're excited about in the comments, or you know, if you have any general tips and strategies. No spoilers though, obviously. Not that there's much of a story component to this game whatsoever, but still. I would like to figure out the different mechanics and whatnot by myself, but yeah, if you have any general tips, do let me know. And if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to support me financially, you can do so via Patreon, or by joining the channel as a member, or by subscribing to me on Twitch. And I do stream on the weekends on occasion, well, most of the time anyways. But yeah, I'm really excited to hopefully... I don't know if I actually want this to be the last campaign of our Total War Warhammer 2 stuff, but yeah, I think it most likely will be, because I think the next DLC is going to be focused on the Wood Elves and all that such, which I have zero interest in exploring whatsoever. So yeah, this might actually be our final campaign for the series. We'll see, but needless to say, I'm very excited to see all these new units and play as the Greenskin, so... yeah, I'm looking forward to a great campaign, and hopefully you guys are too. Alright, so for now, thanks for watching and have a good breakfast!